Two giants, one continent, divided by stories, united by truth. From Lagos to Josie, we're breaking stereotypes, not each other. This is Plus 234 Mzansi, where Nigeria meets South Africa and the real conversation begins.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Plus 234 Mzansi, let the conversation begin.
Dumelani, Bawoni, Niger, how are you? I'm really trying to be a comedian and a joker at the same time, because the guys that are always with me are jokers and they're comedians themselves. And I always try to say, guys, I'm a very prominent woman in South Africa. I must behave modestly so. But welcome to Plus 234 Mzansi. You know, this is a podcast where we really are not trying to divide, but we're trying to unite Africans. We're trying to speak the truth. We're trying to inform each other. We're trying to educate each other. But above all, how can we change each other's minds, right? Because, you know, sometimes you believe in certain things, and then as time goes, you realize, actually, I can think different about this. And this is what this podcast is all about. My name is Kiflo Legabe, and I am not alone. I've got my pack, and you're going to hear once they greet. This place is going to shake. Mr. Nedu?
What's up, Africa? What's up, South Africa? What's up, Nigeria? What's that greeting again? What was that greeting you taught me?
Dumelange.
Le something. Lekai. Welcome to 234 Mzansi. We're about to have fun. That's it. You see? No screaming!
Because I made you at your own level.
Yeah, no.
So now you can't compete.
No, I'm a because she said we're very. No, I'm not like that. I'm a very prominent. You say prominent South African woman, right? I'm a very prominent Nigerian man. I don't make noise.
I'm not prominent.
I just say hello South Africa, hello Nigeria, hello Africa. It's
your boy Akakola again, the Golden Boy again, the Dollar Remix, aka only one Goldie.
I like no. Anyway, welcome to the 234 Mzansi Podcast. Like a few ways say, we are here to bring together and not to do what? Divide.
Yeah.
All right, getting into it. I know you're curious. Who do we have today in studio? And I want to start off by saying, you know, I remember when I was like, I think I was doing my first 7 months into dating my boyfriend, then who is now my husband.
No,
We were driving somewhere around Braamfontein. I can't remember where we were coming from. And I was singing this song by this lady, and I was kissing my husband, who was my boyfriend then. Jesus. And we will collide. I don't know how to sing. Please, I'm butchering your song. But I was singing it, and I could see a future with this man. Her songs will always make you feel like, you know what, I want to get married now. I don't have to introduce her, because by telling you the song, you already can guess who she is. So I'm going to hand it over to her. You're going to see her face, and then she is going to introduce herself. Tell us who you are.
Hi, my name is Lady Zamar. I am a musician, a producer, and a writer.
We have Lady Zamar, a multi-award-winning, platinum award-winning artist.
Platinum albums and award-winning.
Look, right? We are so happy to have you here today in studio, and they know that when there's a woman that is with us, I'm very biased. Because my woman, and I read somewhere that you are very passionate about entrepreneurship and women empowerment.
I definitely am.
But we're gonna get into that. Before we get into that, can you please tell us about you? And when I say about you, let's not start with how the world knows you.
Okay.
Just want the Lady Zamar sitting at home in your couch watching Netflix.
Okay, first of all, I love Netflix, but I love Disney more. So I like writing. I love silence. I love beautiful spaces. I love talking on the phone with my family. I love hanging out with my friends. And I write music, I think, almost every single day. Yeah.
And how does that happen? How does the lyrics pop? Do you see something happening, you observe something, and you write about it, or you experience something and then you go and you write about it?
I'm not sure, because it changes with every single song. Some days a song just pops up. Some days I've experienced something like maybe 2 days ago. Sometimes it's something I experienced like 3-4 years ago. Sometimes it's something that I've been trying to understand, and then it suddenly makes sense one day. Or I'm having a conversation with someone, and then it just comes in my head. I'll go to the bathroom, and I'll just start humming and writing. You know, sometimes at 2 a.m. in the morning, I'll just wake up and I'll start writing. So it changes.
Did you know when you're talking to you, I'm not even listening to you. I'm just looking at your face. See, voice is just sweet to me.
And the colors that she's wearing makes it glow.
As if we just add beats to your watch. I think yes, it's already to cut. No, I mean, you've said who Lady Zamar is.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to say who. Forgive me if I butcher your name. Yamikani Janet Banda is. Yeah. That's your real name. Yeah. Who is that person?
I am a very family-oriented person. I am all about experiencing life in its genuine fullness. And I think I'm a bit of a worrywart. I worry a lot about everything.
You overthink everything.
Yeah, but I also like things to be perfect. So I will sit down and just be like, how is this going to be? How's that going to be? And I'm a person that's very passionate about teaching and learning as well.
But you know the funny thing, this is the way she's talking. I'm just imagining me being her boyfriend. And she's married. And then we're quarreling and she's shouting. I'll just be laughing.
That actually happens so many times. Yeah. Nobody takes me that seriously.
Because when you speak, it's like...
Okay, you get angry with this voice.
How do you quarrel?
I can't imitate it now because I'm not upset.
You're like, it's so self-hate. I'm serious.
You would strike me as someone who would cry if you're in a fight with someone. Do you do that?
I cry as a default. However, I think, forced myself to stop crying. And so I get angry now. Okay. So instead of crying, I get angry.
Wait, not vex. So I'm trying to understand. What's the difference between crying and getting angry?
It's the same thing. It's just how you choose to express yourself when you're hurt. So I used to express myself with tears all the time. And so I realized that people just generally don't respect you when you're always crying. Yeah.
You look like a crybaby.
Yeah. Even your own parents won't take you that serious if you're always crying.
Like she'll cry and she'll get over it.
Yeah.
But now with anger, you stand.
Very angry.
So if I break your heart now, you will not cry?
No. If you break my heart directly, I don't care. You know, I'll just.
You don't care?
No.
So which means you didn't really love me now?
I did. I just love myself more.
Yes. So take us back to where it all started. I know you were raised in Tembisa, right? Or you were born there and not raised there.
And then when I was like 5, I left. My family relocated to Pretoria.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still in Gauteng.
Yeah,
right?
Gauteng.
Yeah. So take us through where it all started, where you went to school, how your schooling journey was, and what was that one point when you then became Lady Zamar?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Where do I start? I come from a family that prioritizes and loves music. So it's a thing in our family where music is a thing. My dad sings, my mom loves music, my 2 sisters sing, and my little brother produces, but not full time. I think I'm the only one that made a career out of it, right? I went to schools that made art a thing. We had a lot of art classes. We had after-school classes. I think we used to watch videos after school, like movies after school every single day. Your play time was a serious thing. So I was always around very creative people in very creative spaces. And I started vocal training at a young age, probably around maybe 9. Yeah. And then we stopped because, you're a child. You don't care about these things. And then when I got into my teens, I joined a choir at school. I went to boarding school. And when I joined that choir, people didn't give me the lead roles, which sucked. I really wanted to be the lead. And then I also participated in a competition at school. I didn't win. And people used to tease me. They're like, my voice sounds funny. It's so light. It's so
cartoonish.
Yeah, God, literally my sister says that about me all the time. Like, you sound like a cartoon when you speak. And then I think it was when I got into music officially, which was my first album, that month before I dropped, that was when I was like, maybe this is something I should really take seriously.
Yeah. Was there someone who said something that
made you say, "Oh, my name is Mzansi Zamar"?
Yeah.
It was actually a collaboration I did that people know and love. And the person basically kind of made me feel like I didn't know anything about music. And he said something. It's like, yeah, but even if something about he's the one that can make me a star or something. And I just felt like, I'm going to show you what this is about. I'm not a person that takes those kind of things lying down. Like, I know what I offer to the world and I know what I offer to music. So when you challenge me in that way, that's what really made me go, I'm going to show you. And then I created my album, King Zamar. And the song that one of the songs on my album superseded and surpassed his song. That was the biggest song at the time as well.
Oh, wow.
So it became bigger.
And then you were like, I told
we are
you
very
so.
curious, who is this person?
But what
Oh,
was
so the
about
person was an artist, or he's an artist as well.
Yeah.
where did you get the name Zamar from?
I was trying to hide what I wanted to do from my mom because my mom is like a serious like Christian.
Okay.
And I wanted to actually be a TV host. Yeah, so I was trying to work on something that was in the television spaces because I studied a lot of like multimedia and all that stuff. And I was just like, how do I hide this from my mom? You know, so I came up with the name Zamar. You know, so it was going to be whatever show's name with Zamar, you know, with Lady Zamar. And I guess it just became a thing after that. Whenever I had made a song, I just put Lady Zamar. I didn't think much of it. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. And then it went somewhere.
And then we're here today.
Yeah.
But why King Zamar? Because it's like
Yeah, the first album, yeah.
It's like a juxtaposition of you're a lady and now
It really
king.
was that challenge. Like, this industry, entertainment is so male-driven. And men have this thing where they feel like they're so above women all the time.
Wow.
And what's crazy is that a lot of DJs will feature female voices. And it's like, but so you actually believe that you are the one that made this music? Because if this woman wasn't singing on your
Nobody
song,
would know you.
yeah, no one would care. Most men's biggest songs have got another woman on it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just a thing of I want to make a statement that makes me the king in my world. It was not about challenging malehood or manhood. It was really just me saying, in this space, I am the king.
King Zamar. But how did you feel? How did it feel when you first heard your song on radio? Did you do any PR or it just happened? It just happened because some artists drop their song. You have to be the person to do your PR before your song gets out there. Did it just happen? And if it did, how did you feel?
It just happened. I think I had just put out the song. I'd leaked it on social media, and then
You licked it.
I was about to sign a contract with a label, but I wasn't sure how I felt about it. So I decided to put out my song as a test.
Okay.
Just to be like, what if it doesn't work? So I put it out.
That fear.
And then, it was that fear, like, I don't know, what if they think I suck? And then they're going to treat me like a B-roll artist and they're going to put me on the bench. And so I put out the song, and then I got called by several people saying, can we please have the song? We want to play it on radio. I was like, really? They're like, yeah.
So you had not signed with...
No, I hadn't signed yet.
And then after that...
I was in conversations with them at the time to sign, but I was not liking my odds. I wasn't liking my chances of getting a good deal, especially without any kind of leverage. I was like, how am I going to convince these people to take me seriously? So I needed to see for myself if it would work. So I put it out, and then it worked.
By leverage, what did you mean? That you didn't have a leverage? By leverage, what do you mean?
How do I walk into a building with so many amazing artists? I don't have any big song out there. How do I get them to take me seriously?
To know that you have
So
something
you
to
felt
give.
maybe you felt small, like I'm not good enough to be in these spaces.
No,
Is that
it
what,
wasn't
not
that.
okay.
It was about them. It wasn't about me. It was how do I get them to spend X amount of money on my project? How do I convince them that it's worth the risk?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right? And that's what I mean by leverage. It's how do I make sure that I get the best deal out of this?
They say yes to what you put on the table.
Yeah, so that nobody says, I made you. Nobody says, we are the reason why you are who you are today. You know? Yeah.
Because you're so young. I was very shocked when I was reading about you. Haibo, right? When you and what you're talking about, the leverage, you had a contract to sign. We get a lot of artists today who end up signing contracts. They don't sign contracts, and then a couple of months later, there's a fight between who owns the song. A particular record label owns them. They're not being paid what they're supposed to be paid. How did you educate yourself then when you were getting into those kinds of conversations?
In general, I love to read. I love information. Just today, I was like consuming other things, but I love to read about stuff. And I had done, I think it was 6 months. I had tried to get into accounting, and so in accounting there was like a law course. One of the modules was law, commercial law, and so I I loved it. It was something I'd never done before. So I was like, wow, this is so cool. I had no idea I was going to use it, you know. And then the contracts came and I was like, oh, this is fun. For me, it was really just fun. And I read the contract. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And because I'd already done like a 6-month course, I was like, this is actually something that I'm willing to put my signature on. You know, prior to that, I hadn't signed anything because I know how difficult it is to get out of contracts. You know, so it's just that. I think it's just having a curiosity. If you don't, information is your responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, as much as we can say things like we are obliged to get information, yes, from the ages like when you're in preschool, high school, that's your teacher's job. But once you get into tertiary ages, you kind of need to take care of your own mind, you know, so that's what I did.
I love that.
I just read a lot.
You strike me as someone that wants to be seen.
How?
I don't know, like...
Is it the bright colors that she's wearing?
No, not that. Even from the first album, okay, you think I'm gonna show you this. This is I'm gonna do this. You strike me like someone that I just need to be seen to know that I can do this.
Or someone that functions under pressure. Do you need pressure to function?
Well, part of it, but she's just. I'm here. I am me. I'm
King Zamar.
I'm King
King
Zamar,
wants to be
like-
seen, and
I think...
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
yeah, I get it.
Yes, I do. I think it's partly pressure, but it's not pressure really. It's more like I don't like to be defined by
Boxed or anything.
other people. I want to define myself. I don't want people to tell me who I am because they were not there when I was born. They've never been part of my journey. They don't know anything about me. The only people that I've ever allowed to define me have always been God, my mom, because my mom has watched me go through every phase of my life. Anyone who has not been as invested as me cannot tell me who I am. You understand? And so I think even in life in general, I think that's why we're artists, I think. And that's why you're a podcaster, because you have something to say to the world, that you have something to give. And you don't want someone to rob you of the opportunity to be able to do that. Yeah.
There was a point where you took a break from music, right? Well, that was after your second album, if I'm not mistaken. Can you tell us about that? Why did you take a break? Was it because I'm running out of lyrics now? I don't know.
I think these questions though, wow. Okay. Firstly, the first part of it was I needed the break.
Okay.
I felt very pressurized. I felt again like I was turning into someone that I wasn't comfortable with being.
You wanted to be in control.
Yeah, I wanted to be in control again. I felt like now everyone was telling me who I must be again. And
Who's
it was
everyone?
Like my fans,
Oh, okay.
people in the label, People who are not as, let me not say my fans, because my real fans have never told me who I should be. They've always loved me for who I am. But I think a lot of people, when they see you succeed, they have this tendency to want to keep you in a certain box.
Yes.
It's either they want to make sure that you just don't go further than that, or they want to tell you that you don't belong, and all those other things. And then you've also got the back end of it. I think when it comes to labels, they get obsessed with numbers and they get obsessed with results, and they forget that musicians are musicians because of the music. Now you're being forced to go everywhere. You have to do these interviews, and people don't take responsibility because now your name is so big that when they mess up, it's always your fault. So even when you're not in the wrong, it's easier to blame you. And I was going through so much of that where I was constantly taking responsibility for things that I was not even part of.
Sure.
Maybe the PR people at the time would miss an interview and they would have forgotten to tell me the night before, and I'm like, I can't, I just came from a show. I can't, I'm sick. And now they go back to those people and be like, oh,
she's been difficult.
She's being difficult and all those. And it's like, I started seeing those conversations, and I'm like, a lot of people are starting to define me without even knowing me because of the social presence that I have. That was one part of it. The second part of it was, I think the people I was working with were so money driven, and that was very different from when I started. When I first started, people around me were about the music, they were about the passion. And now I was surrounded by people in my team who just wanted money. I had a driver at some point who was such a terrible human being in general, but I had no time to get rid of him. And when I finally did, he went around posing as my manager and telling people. And people will believe you because you're always seen with me. And he would tell people he's my manager, and there would be so many conversations. I'm like, oh, this is uncomfortable. You can't let a person go because they're doing a bad job. Now you're the villain all the time. And then there was the third part of it, which was the music. I was tired. I wanted a break from creating, because to create, you need to live.
Sure.
Right? If you're not living, you're not participating in society, you're gonna create the same thing over and over again.
True.
So I just needed a break from the constant being on the road, constant being this. And then there was the other part, the medical part, where I had damaged my vocal cords because of the non-resting, the constant feeling under pressure, and I needed to go for surgery. So I had surgery the following year. I think 5 different surgeries I had.
5.
Yeah.
And some. I mean, those there's some people that said that. I mean, I'm talking after the break or before the break, that after. But I understand that now. But I'm going to ask the question regardless. That your sound hasn't evolved after King Zamar. I mean, I see that in some comments. Oh, her sound hasn't evolved. After King Zamar was like the best, but it's like after that, the sound is just like that. It hasn't evolved. Like some say, either you're being too pop, or for house, or you're being too house for pop. What do you have to say about that?
This genre thing really bothers me. I feel like screaming sometimes. Like sometimes when I do sometimes inbox people that speak about me. I'm like, explain it to me. Now that you've said it, tell me now. I am not a genre. I didn't get into the space because I was so in love with house music. I made house music because at the time it was what I wanted to do. Now I want to change, and no one's letting me. From the label, at the label I was signed to, they just don't want to let me, And when they did want to help me change, they wanted me to do stuff that were very trendy. Like, oh, let's make piano. I'm like, but I don't want. You must work with these people. I'm like, but I respect these people, but I don't want to work with them. They don't work the way I want. I will bring my people on board and say, these are the people I want to work with. And they're like, no, you can't. And it's like, I'm a musician. I'm not a house musician. I'm a musician.
You're creative.
So this whole thing of constantly being boxed into a genre is actually quite exhausting. And also the whole pop thing. Who's too pop? Y'all listen to Sabrina Carpenter, listen to Taylor Swift, you're all Swifties, you know, till the days you die. You're out here listening to Drake for the past 15 years, if he's been around that long. And now you're complaining that a South African artist wants to make pop music. That is very hypocritical. You know, it's like you can only be, as a South African artist, a certain thing. And you can't be something else. And it's so exhausting. It's like, why must I constantly live according to this narrative that I didn't create? You get what I mean? So I just decided now that I'm going into Afrobeats.
Afrobeats.
If you
You're
wanna go into
welcome to
gospel,
Afrobeats.
you're going to
Thank
gospel. If you want to go into, it's your choice.
Yeah, but you know, they don't want it to change.
And I want to.
That's the thing. It's boxing.
There was
It's
a
exhausting.
and to get on, there was a video that I heard on Instagram that they asked this guy, do you always feel worried when he's an author, do you always feel worried when you write something, what your fans are going to think and say? And he said something to you, what you're saying, and I want you to tell me if that's the case. He said, I don't write for my fans. I write for me. I have to be happy with what I put out. And if my fans are not happy, then that means my work is not, that means I would have been doing an injustice to the reason why my assignment on earth was to
The
be an
talent
author.
and everything, yeah, the gift.
Does that make sense? So is that sort of like with you as well, that I'm a musician, I'm an artist? Do you make music for yourself and then you say, whoever that will hear it, that's meant to hear it, then that's fine. But I'm not going to wait for you to tell me what I'm going to sing about and then I sing about, because that will sort of like then make you not true to yourself.
It's both ways.
Okay.
You are an artist because you are a public servant.
Okay.
We are authors and writers and singers and painters and sculptors because we are interpreting our society, right? So you do have a responsibility to speak or interpret the times that you are living in, right? At the same time, because it is your experience, you have to be true to what it is that you are experiencing.
Exactly.
So you can't be fake about it. I can't be on some, I'm going to write about something that I don't have any say in. I have to have a say in it. I have to be part of it. So it's very difficult for someone who's not a creative to understand that it's both ways. It's my contribution to society because of the role that I play, but it's also my interpretation of this position that I have. So it's my unique perspective, basically.
No, I mean, it has to come from you. It has to come from your heart. You have to be original with it, and I get it. Now, back to what Kifil said at the beginning, that she was in the car with her boyfriend, now husband, and vibing to the song, and then
That's so many years ago, right?
That's so many years
That
ago.
is maybe 2017 or 20.
So some 8-9 years ago.
2018.
Okay.
I mean,
yes.
that everyone hears your song, they want to get married, they want to fall in love. I mean, your song is about love, so much about love. Having said that, what is your personal definition of love today?
Today, because obviously it's changed, right?
It's changed?
So what was it like if it has changed?
And then what is it
now?
today?
I think when I first started writing about love, it was very idealistic. It was what I thought it should be. It was like the fairy tale.
Mills and Boone.
Yeah.
Princess
you know,
meets
the
the king
Daniela
and the-
Steele. All that very, oh my God, wow, you know.
He got me flowers.
And now I've come to a deeper understanding that love is really more so how you live and how you offer yourself love. If you are not able to be accountable to yourself, you can't be accountable to someone else.
True that.
You know, if you can't respect yourself, you cannot. So there was a time I used to aspire to love from an external point of view, and now I aspire to love from a very internal point of view. It's like, I'm not gonna change who I am so that I can fit into your definition.
Definition.
Right? But what I will do is do the best that I can from within me so that I can give you what I can from the best of me. You know, and if you are unable to receive that, that's not on me. That's not your problem.
You sound like you've done so much inner.
Yeah, maybe she's zen. She's always in the zen mode.
You went you were a monk for a couple of years, and you're now back, and you're like, I'm untouchable.
Yeah,
you know?
I do yoga
Within myself.
Maybe everybody should go to the mirror. I'm Lady Zamar.
Affirmations.
I'm the king. I'm untouchable. If you have to tell, I mean, we're gonna move to our next level. But before the next level, I'm gonna ask you this. I mean, from the way you talk, you're so calm, you're so gracious, you're so regal and everything, and it shows that you read. It shows that you grow. It shows that you're the person that you don't like getting stuck here.
Yeah,
you want to be here and here. It's evident from what thing you're saying. If you had to tell your younger self one truth about fame, about love, about industry, what would it be?
One thing.
Yeah. Run.
You can make it 3 if you want.
This is gonna sound so cliche, right?
Yeah.
Don't date. That's it.
What, you said?
Don't date.
Don't date.
Don't date.
Don't
For some of us that are married now,
Excuse me. Okay,
It's too
don't
late.
date. Excuse me.
For
Don't
that
date.
advice.
Don't date before getting married.
I mean, this
To
is
her
advice
younger
to
self.
me.
To her younger
Yeah, to
self.
our younger self.
oh, now that you're an
My
adult,
younger self.
would you follow that advice now that you are an adult?
Yes, don't date. If a person has no relationship with a good relationship with themselves, they're not worth your time. And that's like 90% of people,
Yo.
right? So I would not date.
Is
Are
it
you not
good?
dating now?
Yeah, no, I've decided. I can decide like today I don't want to be anymore like in anything. So yeah, I'm not
So
dating.
you're not dating anybody now?
No.
So what if you feel like, what do you do?
Pray.
Oh, Librahanda.
So see, it's a natural thing for you to feel like.
Express.
So when you feel it, what do? You
Pray.
go to you pray.
Yes.
Yes.
So pray and remove
It doesn't look. It's like any other craving, right? You want to eat a lot, but you have to control it, right? You have to master yourself as a person up until you meet the right person that you would be able to be.
That will be in you.
But how will you meet the right person if you have not dated? I don't know.
Exactly.
You can go on dates. You don't have to be in any kind
okay.
of relationship with anyone up until you get to a point where you are happy that this person is a person that's good.
But before you go to that thing, I'm sorry, forgive me. But you know what is, right? Good. When you feel it, and then you pray about it, and it goes away, it comes back. It's a natural thing that
Then
comes
you pray
back.
But it's also about discipline.
But don't you help yourself? Sometimes you can dildo.
Look, the world,
What's that thing?
the
What's
world
that
has
one?
over-sexualized sex.
You see?
Right?
Sure.
This whole thing of your body is your master is the reason why so many people are where they are today. Whether it be financially, whether it be mentally, whether it be physically.
Yeah.
A lot of people have no discipline.
You can see when a person reads, guys.
Like, yo.
I want to clap for you so much.
I'm saying a different Lady Zamar.
Look, you can see when a person reads, and these are things that give me the zzz. Now I'm doing the zzz. What is it called when you're attracted to somebody who...
Sapiosexual.
Yes.
Not for 90.
Sapiosexual.
Some people just put sapiosexual on their bio. They don't
Look,
even know what it means.
and I want you to finish. I'm a capella. I don't know. Help me here. You are very quiet. That you there.
He's a
He's there right now. He's starstruck.
No, I'm listening to her, yeah.
Because you get what I'm going with
Yes.
this. Because I don't know. Maybe this is a judgment that I always have. I always think that I'll speak to celebrities, people that are artists and are popular, and especially for a person your age. My thinking was like, these celebrities, they just sing and look pretty on camera, and it's rare that you come across.
The ones that are intelligent.
Because it's not, you get what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I was judgmental before.
Oh, you thought she was dumb before? Hey! So you see?
Not only
Secrets are coming
that.
out now.
Like, but the sentiment around Because you can sometimes the celebrities that you ask questions like who are like on the public.
Yeah,
And you can
some of the things they
hear,
do
but
sometimes, the things they say.
But I also think it's because there's so much pressure to be a certain way. I think it takes a lot of courage to become yourself. Like, a lot of people expect it. So there was a time where if you expected me to be stupid, I would be.
Oh,
It wasn't because I was. It's just because it's so much effort to kind of convince you that I'm something that you've already decided that I am not. You understand? So a lot of times, I mean, we hang out with each other. We see each other, and you can see the constant fatigue that artists have, where it's like when we're around each other, we're so free. We talk, we debate, we have these big intellectual conversations. But then when we're around other people, it's like when you open your mouth, they just expect you to say something stupid, and so you just get you get tired. I mean, I was once around someone where I was so excited to be around them, and I started speaking, and they ignored everything I said. After that, I was just like, cool. Let's just pretend we don't know anything. I can keep quiet for 5 hours or 6 hours, and you would never know anything about me if I can see that you already expect me to be a certain way. It's too much effort to constantly, I'm supposed to be creating, and then I'm also supposed to be proving that this is who I am. So a lot of people are really just putting on a mask. And I think it's the public's responsibility now to stop having these things where they're expecting artists to be a certain way. Then you can get to know people for who they really are and not constantly make them feel like it's the genre thing. You want me to be a certain way and I'm not that way. And no matter how I try to move around it, you're expecting me to be that way. What if I like rock music? It's the same thing with being your personality coming out. What if I'm a quiet person? I get accused all the time of being stuck up because I'm quiet. I walk into a room and I immediately sweat sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm so scared. And just recently, one of the producers I worked with actually said to me, some of the artists that you meet when you come to studio, they think you don't like them. I'm like, why would they think that? Because you don't say anything. I'm like, because they're working. I'm trying to respect your space. I'm trying to not take over the show, and you're going to assume already something bad about me. So it's just a human thing that we do. But with artists, it's so much worse because we are in the public, you know.
Okay, so I think, sorry, before you ask a question, to the public, in corroboration of what she's saying and also to correct some things, we suffer those things as well. I think we need to get to the point where, as a public, as a society, we need to caution ourselves. I meet you for the first time. I already have a mannequin in my head of who I think you are. I have a raw mannequin. And then I go home, because I met you in a certain way, I've already started adding some things. Oh, I think she's this kind of person. Oh, she's crazy. Okay, let me put a crazy hair on her. I think she's this kind of person. This is this kind of person. So you already have an idea of who you think that I am. And then when you see me on TV, you see me do something, you go back to your idea of who you think I am and add another thing to it. So when I now act me, you tell me that you're disappointed at me. No, you created an image of me that I was not part of. You didn't ask me. You don't know me.
Okay, but here's what I think. I'm going to ask you my question, but here's what I think why that is. Every business comes with its own do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a typical example. Like I always say, when there is, what can I say, a simple example? Let me say a sex scandal. The one who is considered the stakeholder, I'm using the word stakeholder, takes the fall. So for instance, if a pastor is in a sex scandal regardless of what was to happen, because he's in quotes,
a pastor,
he's not supposed to even be there in the first place.
He's held at a higher standard
because of the kind of, do I say job that he does?
Yeah, it's a job, isn't it?
If a celebrity is in a sex scandal with a nobody, I'm using a nobody as per you're not a famous person.
You're just a regular person.
The celebrity takes the fall because you're the one that brings the clickbait. If we say one guy from the streets of Zulu does this and does that to that, it doesn't make the headlines. right? So the fans, you can't help it. You can't. So that's why I like that you have by yourself tried to unbox yourself from whatever you think people want, because they cannot help
They
it.
cannot help it.
As soon as
will
they
not stop.
see you, you sound a certain type of way, you sing a certain type of way, and then one day they see Lady Zamar fighting somebody at the airport. No, now.
It was who does she think she is doing
because
that to a normal person?
she's a celebrity.
Yeah.
They don't care that, because as a celebrity you are expected to walk around with self-control.
Yeah.
But those expect no, but actually with musical people, we're actually held at a low standard.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Because people expect you to be the one doing those type of things.
Oh, they want drama.
They want the drama. If you are a person that doesn't have drama, you're considered not interesting.
Oh,
yeah.
You understand?
okay.
So with celebrities that are musicians, it's usually the opposite. A pastor, yes. I mean, why are you preaching the word of God and you're doing funny things? Do it. And if
But he
you- I
probably
don't-
didn't do it.
you
But
know-
he's just taking the fall because he's a pastor.
Yeah, but also he
Does
must
that mean?
speak out. Say something. Say I didn't do it. But you can't just you can't also be a punching bag for everybody. And a lot of times when you're a public figure, you become a punching bag for everybody.
Tell me
So
more.
it's the it's a very wide and very difficult topic, but it is the everyone is responsible. It's just like having a child. If you are saying that because we are public figures, we are then to be held responsible for our behaviors, and we are the ones who are supposed to be held at a specific standard, then take responsibility for the fact that you are the ones who created that standard to begin with, right? Because we didn't create that standard. You also do not give me a chance to ever say anything, so which means it is your problem. So it's not just one side. It's a community, societal thing. In other communities, which are not in Africa, artists can be whoever they want. They can reinvent themselves as much as they want. They can speak about politics and speak about their music. In Africa, we have this misperception that artists must never even speak about social issues. Must never speak about politics. We must never know what a contract really looks like.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people who are behind the scenes take advantage of that because they assume every artist is the same, because they actually keep certain artists down. So you find that it'll be certain managers that introduce artists to certain drugs. It'll be certain managers that encourage this behavior of womanizing and all that stuff. So it is a responsibility from both sides, where the artist needs to learn to be self-sufficient, and self-aware. But the people that are in charge, people that take care of these people, should also treat these things as business moves and business endeavors. And the public needs to also be educated. So we have a very big problem in the African continent in terms of how we perceive people that are esteemed. Do you understand? It is a very big problem. We tease our presidents all the time. That is very, very wrong. Even though it's fun to do, but it's very wrong to do that.
There's certain things that needs to maintain the respect.
Exactly. I can't be making you dance, but then I'm not allowed to have an opinion. I mean, COVID was a terrible time. Music kept it alive. Have musicians ever been thanked? It's only been doctors and the people that actually physically saved lives, but not the people that saved people's minds, people's mindsets, the depression that was overcome.
Content
by them.
creators.
You are
Exactly.
entertainers, basically.
Yeah.
You're not a priority or a need.
But we're also healers.
Yeah, that's what
in
I'm saying,
the
that people
music.
think that you guys are just entertainers. They don't see you as a healer.
Exactly.
So what do you think being a celebrity is? If somebody's a celebrity, whether they're singing, they're a movie star, they're on radio, what is your definition of a celebrity, and what role, regardless of the kind of art that you make, should celebrities be playing?
I really think that a celebrity, obviously someone that people celebrate, they recognize your talent. But what the public should be considering is people in influential positions should have very big roles in society and societal and development. It should not be separated. I can entertain you today, and tomorrow I can tell you about something that is serious.
Sure.
That's what is supposed to be expected. And it should not be expected only for the things that are oh, someone is killing someone there's a genocide there. Because a lot of times they'll be like, oh, celebrities don't say anything.
Yeah.
It's like, but when we are trying to say something,
They
you
say,
still
what do
attack
you
me.
know? Go make
exactly.
music.
You go shut up. Go and face your
Go-
music.
yes.
Go and face your music. Go and sit down in the studio. What do you know?
And then when I'm not
Yeah.
talking, you
And
are
when
saying
you're
I'm
not
not
talking,
talking,
celebrities are not
Exactly.
talking.
So that's a very big problem. You can't be saying I should stand up for genocide, but then you pick and choose which genocide.
Yeah, sure.
All human life is
Yeah.
valuable.
Yeah. What do you think society or even the justice system,
Society.
because you've had a backlash from them and the justice system, right? What do you think it could be doing? Where has it failed? And where can we jump from that failure?
It goes back to something he said. Like when a person of high esteem does something, or when a person that you regard, because it's a lot of times it's very local. It's within your family. It's within your communities, right? It's people that you might even be married to. It's girlfriends, fiancés. It's boyfriends. It's friends sometimes. It could be a stranger, right? But the reality is we human beings, we're all capable of the worst. And we're also capable of the best.
Yeah.
The key is understanding that no one is perfect. No one is out here, doing things that they're proud of when they do bad stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes justice really does look like letting things go. Because whether you're on the receiving or the giving end, you have to get to a point where you forgive yourself. You have to recognize it. See yourself, man. See yourself in that very broken state. Whether you were, because a lot of times we think that perpetrators are not victims, but they are. A lot of them are victims to themselves. They're victims of their societies. They're victims of their circumstances.
Maybe unhealed trauma or something.
How they were raised. Sometimes
Trauma.
it's decisions that they make and trauma, right? They have to show themselves grace because they usually are the ones that have caused pain. But to those who have received pain, it's never your fault that you are going through something like that.
Yeah.
It's not on you, it is that person.
Yeah.
And you perpetuate your own trauma by thinking that you become the perpetrator in a situation where you are a victim, right? And the person who's a perpetrator perpetuates their own suffering by not seeing themselves as wrong. Because it's like lying. If you lie to me, it's not me who lied. You lied. You made that decision. But because now you're the one who created the offense, you bear the burden now, which makes you a victim to yourself. So everyone needs to get to a place where they really heal. You accept and you move on. You accept, and sometimes taking accountability looks like saying to someone, I know I did this, and I'm really sorry. A lot of people cannot move on from their own things that they inflict on other people because they've never accepted it. Yeah.
Wouldn't us asking victims of rape, maybe sexual assault, domestic violence, or as we call it, gender-based violence, asking them to forgive, heal, and move on without ever bringing
Justice.
or not bringing justice, but to the perpetrators, ever bringing them into account and them being punished for these sins. So it sounds like we're just gonna keep on saying, okay, no, you can violate
them
me.
bad, but
You
I'm
can
just gonna
are we
heal
gonna
and
teach
move
society
on.
if
I'm not
somebody
gonna-
violated you,
Just move on.
just move on and forgive? Isn't that sort of like the role that we would be playing?
It's a very sensitive thing, as you said earlier. It is such a complex dynamic to have in our country, especially in South Africa, because you see the stats, right? There is a responsibility that we have. The justice system has to improve, definitely. But at the same time, justice is not the same for everyone.
True. True.
Some people's version of justice is really cruel. It can literally end a life. There's mob justice. Is it really justice? there's other types of justice that can create even more problems. Incarceration can create more problems. But it doesn't work for everyone. So it's really an individualized thing, but also it's a societal problem that we have where a lot of times things that have happened to people, we expect them to move on from it, but we don't teach them how to do it. You understand? And I think that is the major problem that we have in our country, where we are not teaching the individual how to deal with certain issues. Because sometimes you are so stuck in a mess, you can't see past your own pain. You know, and so we need people like psychologists, psychiatrists, people who work in mental health to kind of lead us past some of these obstacles. Because if I'm in an abusive relationship and I don't know how to get out, you on the outside, you can easily say to me, get out.
Yeah.
Because you're not experiencing what I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
But now I need someone who can help me see what I'm experiencing. You understand? Once I've seen it, then I can navigate my way out of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's also the thing of, we live in a neighborhood, a community where we're supposed to be each other's keepers.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are going around causing pain, there's someone who knows them really well, someone who loves them, and they're just watching the stuff happen.
Who
You
was,
know?
who was maybe the person that you expected to be your keeper in this whole thing when it happened and they were not? You thought, you know what, this person, if I tell them this is what I went through, they would be my keeper, but they were not.
I don't know, because I think every single person they're not thinking about having a keeper. When you're experiencing something really bad, you're not thinking about
Like a support
who's
something.
you're not thinking about it. All you're thinking about is what's happening right now.
And how to get out of it.
You don't even think about how to get out of it. You're thinking about what's happening. You're ruminating and you're like, oh, what the hell is happening? Sometimes you won't even understand it. So to put that expectation on someone else is kind of unfair
On them.
on them.
That's
So what do you think
expecting too much from them.
Of that this hashtag that goes around, we believe, hey, we believe you, because it's like...
I'm not a feminist. I just need to put it out there. I'm not a feminist at all. I don't believe in the whole feminism thing. What I believe is we have to support each other and love each other.
Regardless.
It's not my place to believe or not to believe you.
Yeah.
My place is to love you, to not judge you, and if you need help, to offer it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the whole I believe or I don't believe or I'm against, I'm for, can create a lot of negative energy.
True.
Because some people can hide behind it and
And
some
do whatever
people
they
can
wanna
do certain things because they know that people will have their back. You understand? So I think the most important thing is to create an environment where love and understanding and support becomes the first priority, and not whether or not you believe someone, because it doesn't change my reality. Whether you believe me or not, whether you hate
whether you
me,
get justice or not.
it does
or the
not
other
change
person.
the
Yeah.
reality. So a lot of young girls, 16, matriculants, kids who are like 7, it doesn't change what they're going through. You know, the guy that is 17 going through something really bad, you believing him will not give him anything.
Yeah.
It will probably just make him feel ashamed sometimes that you know so much.
Yeah.
You know? So offer love, offer support, offer understanding. And that's it.
I think also what Zamar is trying to say is you saying, oh, does it mean they're not going to get justice? They're not going to get this. I was watching a video earlier today on TikTok where a reporter was interviewed like 5 to 6 psychiatrists, and they keep asking them, have you cured any of your patients? Have you cured any of your... All of them said no. Every one of them. So what she's saying is dealing with the problem from the roots. If something happens to you, first off, get yourself out of it mentally. Then any other thing that's happening outside, you are good, first of all. So I think that's what she's preaching. Mentally, I mean, you that is, I don't know what you're going through, but I pray God is there for you to help you through. Is it rape? Is it domestic violence? Is it one abuse or the other? if you can meet one or two people that can help you, but it's always really very hard for you to go and meet somebody and start telling them, because you don't even, in this world of these days, you tell somebody your problem or something that happened to you.
It's on social media.
It's on social media. So who is really looking out for which any other? Everybody's just looking out for themselves. Everybody's just weak. I'm sorry, I don't want to say wickedly mean. That would be too light. I think people are demons these days, and it makes them feel good. And I think we are becoming a society in Africa where people are living out their unhealed trauma on social media. Yeah. If someone sees something, which is what I tell some people. If Kefili will post this, looking this beautiful on Instagram, I swear to you, see one or two people that will go there and say, hey,
something
hey, it's too short.
Yeah.
It's not Kefili's fault. It's you have a problem. Because if you see this pretty picture and you cannot think of anything good to say, and there's then you have the problem. Which is why I see sometimes when I see some bad comment on my post, I see it all the time. I just look at them and I feel bad for them. Because you are going through something that even you have failed to tell yourself the truth.
But also, you know, I also want us to I know I'm just trying to find a way to...
That's funny.
I read something about you on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right?
There's always something about me on Twitter.
How nice. I wish there was always something about me on Twitter.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. Are you sure? You have it. That's why you can say you don't want that, guys.
Trust me, you don't
Please
want
don't
it.
make me trend.
You don't want it.
So I read something about you on Twitter. It is regarding, but people really know you make a lot of noise about it, your ex-wife, right? That you have an ex-wife, and there was a thing that she said about you, nasty things that she was saying about you, and then somebody said, but you know, there was a point where you came out and you showed evidence that in actual fact your woman was abusing you in some sense, right? And I'm not trying to point fingers or anything like that. Remember, we're just trying to educate society where we've seen instances where when it's women that come out to speak about inflictions and things that they've gone through, everybody believes the woman. But then when it's a man who would come out and say, my woman abuses me, or my woman, and then we somehow don't believe because they are a man, and somehow men are always thought of, if it's bad, it's the man who was wrong. It can never be.
Yes.
The other way.
It can, and I think maybe that's a lot of backlash that you've received, that people siding with you because you are a woman and somehow the other person is a man, but then people coming in and saying, but what if the man is also now the victim in this situation?
No, because mine, I hate talking about it. I've actually never talked about it.
Because you healed from it.
I
just
healed
like
from it.
Lady Zamar healed.
My healing was, it was crazy. I don't like talking about it because she's still the mother of my kids. She's my ex-wife. My kids are still with her, so I owe her that respect because of my children. But I didn't want to talk about her because of that. But it was getting to a point where everything, because these days on social media, anything that
Cancel culture is a thing.
Cancel culture is a thing.
Yeah.
It's becoming big.
It
People
got
don't
to
care.
the point. It got to the point. So there were lies, and I'm the kind of person that I will never reply you. Say shit about me on social media, I will never reply you. I just keep it moving, because the truth is, the people you think you're replying, they don't even give a fuck about you. They don't. You are just an entertainment to them. So why would I bring myself to that level where I just keep it moving. God is my strength. God's got me. I don't give a fuck about you. But it got to the point where I was about losing endorsements. I was an MTN ambassador then. I was working with one of the biggest banks in Nigeria then, Fidelity Bank. I had like almost 10 endorsements then. It was... So everybody started calling, no. And then when it got to the violent part, I was like, no, okay. I can ignore every other thing that that have been said about me. But when it comes to a sensitive thing as domestic violence, I have to speak. And something about me, I don't know how, I always have evidence. So I just went back to my archive. And trust me, the thing you saw me post, he's my friend, he's been there with me for years. The thing people saw me post as evidence, it was just 10%.
It was the tight.
It was just the tight. it was just the tight of the evidence. But that alone, Zamar will tell you, I was getting death threats in my DM. People came into my DM. So you're this. When I see you, it's going to be on site. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? You don't even fucking know me. You don't know anything about me. And then when I now dropped 10% of the evidence, come and see people. Oh my God, we're so sorry. We didn't know you were going through this. I'm like, fuck all of you. I mean, I saw something. I downloaded something, and I love it. They were asking Tyson. Tyson was in an interview. Mike Tyson, you know Mike Tyson.
I was about to say, which Tyson?
Yeah, and they said, what would you like people to know about you? I said, nothing. Fuck you. The thing is, just like you are here, you're here. These fans, God bless all of you. You're wonderful people. God bless you. But if you have a problem with her, call her on the phone and say, Zamar,
I bet they won't get her number.
No, hold on. I'm going somewhere. Call her, or don't even get to the public space. Maybe go to her DM or something, or maybe someone that knows her. I have a problem with this person. I think this thing about this person. But if you don't have my number, then you don't know me good enough to have a problem with me.
Have an opinion
about me. But the good thing about it is that why I forgive everything is opinion is like assholes. Everybody's got one.
That's so funny.
But I like to ask, because from the way you sound, you've seen a lot of things in the industry. I've been in the entertainment industry for 23 years.
Yes.
I don't know how long you have been. Yes, no. I've been here for 23 years.
He got into the industry before me.
Oh, wow.
I have seen, so I perfectly understand everything you're talking about.
He always gets dragged on Twitter.
Sometimes you feel the pressure of, am I still relevant? Does it happen to you? It comes to your mind, you feel like, am I still relevant? I used to walk, and I used to go to the airport, and I couldn't walk alone. Right now, I'm at the airport. I'm just rolling my bag. It's not like I'm a failed politician.
And nobody's coming to take pictures with me.
Something. Sometimes, does this in any way affect you? Do you sometimes feel fear that...
Oh, she's lost fans out of...
Did you lose fans?
I don't think I've lost fans. I don't think so. The thing is, even before I took a break, I was always on the road. I didn't really spend a lot of time in public spaces. You understand? So I was always working. And the way I was received then is the way I'm received now. In fact, I feel like my fan base is such a respectful fan base. And I think that's because of the type of artist I am. Even when I meet them in stores or at the airport, it's so much respect. It's always, hi, how are you? Could we take a picture? It's never talking funny at me. And I think that's because I also don't reply. So no matter how much you say stuff about me, you can say the most negative things about me, I won't reply to you in that same public space. I will go into your DMs if I really have a problem with you. And I'll be like, give me the evidence of what you're talking about. But I have always had great fans. People that loved me have always loved me. I think the only thing is that there's been a disconnect in terms of there's been so much conversation about things that are not music, and there's not been enough conversation about the music.
So personally, you're more invested in your personal life.
Yeah, people don't.
Now, permit me to read something before we'll have like 10 plus minutes to get out of the studio. But permit me to read something. You said you got to the point where you wanted to end it all. And the truth is, not just you.
A lot of people.
There's a lot of people going through things on social media that just want to end it. And this is also a call to all of you that are fans. Understand that creatives are humans as well. We have bloods and this thing, water running through our veins. But this is also going to be for the creative and for everybody that is going through something. There's a movie I watched, Sylvester Stallone said something, and I'm going to read it out. He said, let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. Yeah. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Mm-hmm. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That is how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you have to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers, saying you ain't where you want to be just because of him, just because of her, just because you're being dragged or anybody. Cowards do that. And you know better that you're not a coward. So the thing is, it's not about whether you're going to be hit. The world is a fucking wicked place. But no matter how hard you get hit, keep it going.
Yeah.
Right on, Daddy. This is the part where we sow seed.
If you were to choose to start again, would you start the same way and do the same things exactly?
I wouldn't date.
That's the only thing in your entire
problem.
journey.
Yeah.
In terms of mistakes, music.
I wouldn't date.
So if I toast you now, you will not agree?
From dating.
I wouldn't date. Back
So
then.
dating
As a
is
younger
what
hand.
would...
Okay, now you will agree.
So I wonder, would you become an artist the same way? Lady Zamar, producing the same music, doing the same things? Or you like, you know what, if I could restart again, I would rather be an accountant and go work in corporate and leave this limelight. And what you feel... You could,
Basically, if you're not doing music, what would you pay?
I want to first answer her question.
Yeah.
I think I would do the same thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just I would magically wish COVID never happened. That's
Okay.
Magically wish what?
COVID.
Oh, COVID. Okay, yeah.
I would wish COVID never happened. But if I'd known COVID was going to happen, I was probably going to change just a few things here and there, you know. Probably have started my career a little bit sooner because I only had like 2 years or 3 years before COVID hit in my career. And then if I was not a musician, there's two answers to that, right?
Okay.
There's the fantasy answer,
Okay.
and then there's the real one.
Fantasy.
I would be a detective, you know.
I always want to be an FBI detective.
So you be a detective like...
So good.
That's right. I always wanted to be that. You, the second one?
And the second one, I would definitely be in academics.
You don't speak too much. Can we give you 1 minute? What would you like the entire South Africa, the entire Africa
Thank you.
to know about you, what you've been through, what you are up to, and where you are headed?
Ahead.
Okay, do I tell you? First of all, I don't want you to just ignore what I've been through. Nobody cares. I don't care. That's
Do you not? So do you not care because you were pressured into not caring, or you genuinely?
Or you've healed.
No. People pressure me to care. I don't care.
Oh,
Get sharp.
okay. Yeah.
I'm very good. Thank you very much. It's the same way I don't want to remember what happened on grade 6.
Okay.
It's the same way I don't want to. Yeah, it happened. It's life. Let's move on. That's number one. The second thing is I'm an Afrobeats artist now.
Yes.
And she has a new song with DJ Crocs. It's called Stranger Things. Shout out to you.
Single.
Yeah, and her own single.
Yes.
And I got a new song coming out.
All right.
Oh, my sister,
Okay, but can I
give
ask
you
very
belly.
She's not finished. Finish. You are an Afrobeats pop.
I'm an Afrobeats artist and I can make whatever music I want. And please stop telling me what to make. And I will, if you want to talk to me, I'm available. DM me, tell me what you think of me, and let's have chats, you know?
So who's the one artist that you like to work with? Right now, if I give you a blank check, which artist?
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
What of Nigerian? Davido,
Travis
Wizkid,
Scott is
Burna
not
Boy.
Afrobeat.
Wizkid. I love Burna though, but I want to work with Wiz. And I love Davido's music, but I want to work with Wiz.
Don't worry, I'll talk to him for you, my guy.
I wish you were open to getting married. I would have married you and I will give you belay is impregnate you. And that is it.
He's a married man, don't mind him.
I'm a married man. Shout out, thank you to everyone that has watched, that has tuned in from the beginning. Kifilwe, I thought, I'm going to keep quiet. Kifilwe, bye-bye. Over to you.
You know what? If you're not educated, if you don't read, if you don't make getting information
Conscious
a responsibility, then you're going to be blown by the wind. When society is saying it's A, you're going to say it's A. If it's saying it's Z, you're going to say it's Z. I think from this conversation, that is what I got. And the important thing, know thyself, heal thyself. When it's time to move on and let go, move on and let go. Lady Zamar, thank you so much. And to you at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Without you, there's no point of us sitting here. So do make sure if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe notification so that when we post the next episode, you get that notification. Love and light. Until next time.
Yeah, until next time. Bye-bye.
Two giants, one continent, divided by stories, united by truth. From Lagos to Josie, we're breaking stereotypes, not each other. This is +234 Mzansi, where Nigeria meets South Africa and the real conversation begins.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
+234 Mzansi, let the conversation begin.